Proverbs 16 and 32. How to be stronger than kings or conquerors. Is Christ using cutting words, stern criticism, and unkind suspicion toward his people who commit faults? No, he takes every infirmity into account. He acts with discernment. He knows every one of our failings, but he uses patience, for otherwise he would have perished long ago on account of our bad treatment of him. The greatest insult we can inflict upon him is to pretend to be his disciples while manifesting the spirit of Satan in our words, our dispositions, and our actions. It does not behove those who from whom Jesus has so much to bear in their failings and perversity to be ever mindful of slight, unreal, or imaginary offense. And yet there are those who are ever suspecting the motives of others about them. They see offense and slights where no such thing was intended. All this is Satan's work in the human heart. The heart filled with that love which thinketh no evil will not be on the watch to notice discourtesies and grievances of which he may be the object. The will of God is that his love shall close the eyes, the ears, and the heart to all such provocations, and to all the suggestions with which Satan would fill them. There is a noble majesty in the silence of the one exposed to evil surmising or outrage. To be master of one's spirit is to be stronger than kings or conquerors. A Christian leads one to think of Christ. He will be affable, kind, patient, humble, and yet courageous and firm in vindicating the truth and the name of Christ. We must not consider our enemies, all those who do not receive us with a smile upon their lips and with demonstrations of love. It is much easier to play the martyr than to overcome a bad temper. We must give others an example of not stopping at every trifling offense in order to vindicate our rights. We may expect that false reports will circulate about us, but if we follow a straight course, if we remain indifferent to these things, others will also be indifferent. Let us leave to God the care of our reputation, and thus, like sons and daughters of God, we shall show that we have self-control. We shall show that we are led by the Spirit of God, and that we are slow to anger. Slander can be lived down by our manner of living. It is not lived by words of indignation. Let our great anxiety be to act in the fear of God and show by our conduct that these reports are false. No one can injure our character as much as ourselves. It is the weak trees and the tottering houses that need to be constantly propped. When we show ourselves so anxious to protect our reputation against attacks from the outside, we give the impression that it is not blameless before God and that it needs therefore to be continually bolstered up. Proverbs 16 and 32. Proverbs 16 and 32. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. Proverbs 16 and 32. And Proverbs 19:11. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. Proverbs 19 and 11, verses 11.